Hi there guys, it's the Artsy Gamer back again for another video in our channel. Of course, grab your teas, grab your coffees and maybe a little bit of food. And let's do this. Right guys, well yes, you have probably seen from the thumbnail that we are going to be doing a complete unboxed experience of Tony Hawk American Wasteland today, but before we get there, let's just take a sip of coffee. You know exactly how this works. Come on, join me. Beautiful going on my Crash Bandicoot coaster there. And yes, guys, if you're new around here and you are into gaming retrospectives, complete unboxed experiences, art and graphic design, gaming nostalgia, CEX pickups, and more, then yes, you are definitely in the right place over here. So would you consider giving this channel a subscribe and a like for the video if you haven't already? And yes, guys, if you can handle the Artsy Gamers mess, madness, and chaos and want to get notified when the next video goes live, then of course just pop on your notification bell. Held up by tails there. Well, yes, if you watched yesterday's video, we did a complete unboxed experience of Tony Hawk Underground 2. And of course, yeah, I've actually got this one in my collection now as well. So yeah, let's go and do a complete unbox of this bad boy today, the one that came after 2. Well, yeah, we might even do a little bit of a comparison as well. Why not, of the lovely art and graphic design? Can't really comment too much on gameplay because I've never played this game before. But yeah, here we go. That's exactly what I like to do here on the Artsy Gamer, especially with my complete unboxed experiences. If I've never played a game before, what the hell is that box art telling me before I jump into the game? Well, yeah, here we go. Let's start off with the front. And I tell you what, I actually really do dig the front of this. Now, in yesterday's video, I was saying how much I really love number 2 here. I thought it was really cool, really edgy, and it almost gave me a feel that this was Tony Hawk's scrapbook with all of his pictures just plastered on there. I thought it was really cool. But you know what? I do like the different style that they have gone for here. A nice grey and pink splash of colour. And that's nice, and it differentiates it from this one, actually. I think if they were to go down the same route, then potentially, as they're all lined up on the store shelves back in the day, yeah, they may have not been so, you know, dissimilar. And then, yeah, people might have got a little bit confused as to which is which and which one's the best, and I don't know, which one came out first, etc. So there may have been a little bit of confusion if they were so similar. But I know I do like how they have gone down the route of, yeah, let's mix it up completely, and they so did. And it's really nice. Well, I say that, it's almost like same but different. I love kind of the picture of Tony Hawk's there. Again, it is kind of that almost picture style look that, yeah, here is Tony. Maybe he's just taking a picture with his friend, maybe to store that memory, to have a really good time with his friends. And I don't know, it's just going to take him back to that moment in his career where he's just pulled off this really cool
Ollie 20 flip.
I mean, I just made that completely up there, but you know what I mean.
And yeah, it does just kind of give me that look there, doesn't it, of him just holding his skateboard. And that's the kind of picture. But then behind it, no, they've then gone down the route of, okay, let's put a little bit of graphic design behind this. And I think that is really nice. And that's where they differentiate, because yeah, this is solely pictures here. But yeah, some really nice poppy graphic design behind Tony Hawk there. And I think that is really nice and works really well, actually. And you know me, I'm actually a little bit of a sucker for hot pink. A lot of my TikTok highlights and TikTok posts do feature a lot of pink, and I like that. Even in my signature, when I go away and sign some of my art pieces, it is kind of like G in the Wilksy kind of style there, and a nice hot pink, and then Artsy Gamer in green. It looks really cool, and that is the kind of, yeah, edginess I like, and I like to bring to some of my art pieces, and I do think that is seen here as well. So yeah, I am a little bit of a sucker for that art design, that old school, too cool for school look. So maybe I am a little bit biased going into this, but I do think it really is lovely here. And then again, we've got the graphic design, we've got the pops of colour, we've got Tony kind of giving it the eye down the camera to look at the gamer. But then what else is that box art telling me if we look a little bit closer? Well, yeah, you can kind of see cityscapes within that beautiful pink there, which is nice. So okay, yeah, you're gonna be skating in those urban kind of settings, which is nice, grinding along rails. doing big jumps, skating down steps, big loops and stuff like that. So yeah, absolutely. And you're just going to be using that urban industrial estate to pull off some really cool tricks, which is really nice there. Hollywood as well. So yeah, really American, isn't it now? It really is giving that sense of, yeah, this is an American setting, baby. And I don't know, maybe you could pull off a really cool trick on the goddamn Hollywood sign. I don't know, but that is what I'm getting here from the box art. And of course, that's what I like to do here, isn't it? You know, I've just seen that there. Can we actually go and do that in the game? Potentially, because that's what's on the front box art here, but that's really cool. Signs, oh my gosh, bikes here as well. Maybe might be able to get on a bike. That's cool. And yeah, I do like how it then subtly fades off into grey as well. It is a really lovely colour palette that they have chosen here. Now, if I am to compare it to Tony Hawk 2 here, I would say this one does stand out more. It's very eye-catching. It is that orangey yellow, which definitely is an eye-catcher. In fact, quite often when I did my graphic design kind of course back in the day, you know, they were saying, like, if you want something to really catch the eye, like, yellow is the thing to go for, a yellowy orange. So yes, absolutely, this would have definitely just caught people's eye, whereas this one, I do think they have gone a little bit more subtle. Cool, but subtle. But I don't know how well it would have been able to just catch the eye of people just walking into those storefronts to then maybe grab it and go, oh, okay, this is Tony Hawk. Oh, this is the next one. All right. So yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting how this one went so in your face and this one kind of brought it back a little bit. But nevertheless, I think it is really cool. I do like how Tony is holding that skateboard there and the logo is underneath his skateboard as well. And I do think that was actually a little bit of a missed opportunity in number 2 here, because I was saying I would have loved to have seen a lot of like really cool art and graphic design that is often featured underneath skateboards. You know, you get some really lovely comic, bright colors outlined in black with eyeballs, ghoul, green drips, you know, that kind of vibe often seen on skateboards. Why did they not use a lot of that art? Actually, I'm really confused why they didn't go down that route. I think they did maybe try to just bring a little bit of element with that, with the pops of color with this one, with that lovely bright pink, and again the lovely logo underneath Tony's skateboard there. That's really cool. But again, I think they could have gone one step further, added a lot of that beautiful art, graphic design, comic feel that is seen in the skateboarding Discord, isn't it? You know, or what?
No, not Discord. Yes, a Discord. I don't know.
Discourse.
That's my, yeah, guys, that's my degree brain coming into action there. We did have to discuss a lot of the, you know, discourse, but yeah, you know, with all the internet these days and Discord, well, yeah, that got my brain going there, didn't it? But yeah, anyway, that's the kind of vibe that, yeah, you know, I think they did miss out on that discourse of that really cool pop culture that is featured in, you know, that skateboarding kind of family. But yeah, really interesting why they didn't go down that route. I really do like this box art here. Nice, simple, effective, nice and edgy. And yeah, not much more to be said really than, yeah, here we go. Classic PlayStation 2 features, the lovely black logo there, PlayStation 2 logo, subtle advertisements, Activision again. You know you're going to be getting a good game, especially if you enjoyed this game, then I'm sure there's going to be a lot of elements from the past game brought into this one. So yeah, you know, it's a safe purchase, isn't it? It's a safe purchase with this. So yeah, I'm really happy with the front box art here. But apparently, yeah, not as good as a game. Again, never played, so I can't really comment on that. But maybe we'll talk about that when we take a bit of a look at the disc and talk about the gameplay. But yeah, okay, let's just flip this onto the back then, and we will take a sip of coffee, guys, because my words are starting to go a little bit hickledy-pickledy, as you can tell.
Discourse, Discord. They were similar though, so come on.
Baby. Okay then, so the back of this now, guys, I really do love the back of this. Now, I was hotting the back of this one up. I was really loving the back of this, but I do think this actually takes it one step further. If we are looking at the back of this one, it is very dark. It is very discreet, I would say, but I do like it. I do like the lovely kind of character models that they have put on there. A nice big kind of shell shaded character there. Nice and rounded characters that you you probably would see in the game, which is nice. And then boom, you've got all the screenshots around the side there. That is really nice. I do like that. But I think this one does take it one step further. You really get a sense of that city now. If you just bring your eye behind those screenshots, we've got some really lovely poppy pinky colors of the cityscape there. Really nice. It gives you a big kind of understanding of how dense that cityscape is. And yes, I know it is just kind of a fun, quirky artist interpretation, but that is what you are getting from this box art here. So I could be wrong, but I'm looking at that thinking, yeah, okay, we're gonna be just skating around the streets of Hollywood. Absolutely, let's go. So yeah, that's really cool. And then yeah, here we go. We've got nice big 4 screenshots on there of the game itself. What are we going to be doing? Well, yeah, we're just going to be having a bit of a chill out on your skateboard. Fantastic, talking to friends. I mean, I think that's what's happened there, unless it's just fallen off. I don't know. Real big tricks, you know. That is what is all about. Skating, tricking, doing some really cool stuff with your mates. Nice one. Bikes as well. Okay, so yeah, choose to board or bike. So that's really cool. I think that is a new element now that they've now put into this game. It does give you some nice options, which is great. And then, yeah, okay, so, you know, you can customize. That's quite cool, actually. Customize your deck and your character. I'm sure there's going to be some really cool customization features in this game. So, yeah, a nice, well-rounded, back of the box, just advertising classic Tony Hawk, which I think is brilliant. And it's done that really well there. It really, really has. I really do like the nice pink color that they have used here, especially, yeah, you know, looking at the back of that, this one just pops, if you ask me. Absolutely just pops. So in a weird and roundabout way, I mean, I think this one just does have the edge on the front, but actually on the back, I think, yeah, American Wasteland has the edge there. But yeah, who knows, guys? That's just my interpretation and opinion. Let me know, which one do you think rocks harder? Wow. Okay, then let's just take a little bit of a look inside. And what have we got on the disc here? Okay. And yeah, all right, we have a nice disc. And you know what? I do think this disc does do it a little bit better than Underground. I really do. We have got quite a lot to look at here. Yes, it's not spectacular. Yes, I do think, again, they could have added the really lovely art, graphic design, pop art look, again, that is seen in the skateboarding culture. Why did they not go down that route? It would have been really cool to have seen a lot of that maybe on the disc or the manual, but no, they still held back from that a little bit, which is a massive, massive shame. But I do like the lovely pink strip of the cityscape there, again, cascading into that lovely subtle grey, which is nice. And then boom, here we go, we've got the logo there, nice. If we do just do a little bit of a comparison now with Tony Hawk Underground 2, literally just an orange disc with the logo, not really doing it for me, but I do like how they have gone down a little bit of a different route here. Same, simple, effective, pops of color, nice, nothing special, but nice, and does do it a lot better than Underground 2. Let's just open this up then, and yeah, here we go. Let's just give it a little bit of a flick here, guys. And yeah, all you down the camera there, if you are enjoying what you are seeing here today and having a good old laugh at me messing up my words, which again has happened quite a lot today, then yeah, absolutely, definitely drop me a subscribe and a like the video if you haven't already. Honestly, guys, support like that really does help out this channel a ton, and it will help me to get to 1K by the end of September. Can you believe we're on that road already? Well, yeah, there's just a bit of a closer look of the disc. We will have a better look, actually, when we go and head over to the Art2Gamer art studio in a minute. But before we do that, let's just talk a little bit about the gameplay now. Yes, I can't comment directly because I've never played before, so I will just try and get some footage up of maybe IGN. They often capture a lot of retro games, which is great, actually. And yeah, I mean, coming off Tony Hawk Underground 2, this is the next game in the lineup, I believe, or near enough. So yeah, they are going to be taking aspects, aren't they? And I believe this one came out in, well, Underground came out in 2004 and this one came out in 2005, so there really wasn't too much of a turnaround. So I'm assuming they've taken a lot of the aspects and the animations and a lot of the build from Tony Hawk Underground 2 to make American Wasteland. So I'm assuming that the art and design and the graphics and the features and the way the characters are moving and balancing on the board are going to be pretty much the same. I'm sure the color palette is going to be pretty similar as well, and you're just going to be having that classic, fun, interactive experience on your skateboard and bikes this time as well. So they have really taken it up a level there. Does seem to be a lot of customization, maybe more so than Tony Hawk Underground 2. So yeah, it does just feel like they are upgrading and just putting a little bit of a twist on the already well-known and loved Underground 2, which is great. However, I have heard things from different people to say actually American Wasteland wasn't as good or was not that good. So I would love to know why actually, if you are listening and watching this video and you have played both, and again, you actually might have a different opinion. You might actually think American Wasteland is like 10 times better than Underground. What the hell am I talking about? So yeah, maybe this could be open up to a bit of a discussion. Which one is better? Get going in the comments. Well, guys, sorry for just butting in into my own video, but we have had some, discussions going about this. Which one is better? Which one in regards to Tony Hawk Underground 2 or Tony Hawk American Wasteland is better? And Chloe, a lovely fan of the channel, a moderator of mine, and a fantastic content creator, is now about to chip in to give her verdict. So yeah, enjoy, guys.
Hey everyone, so I have been asked to give my thoughts and feelings of Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. Now, I have spoken about this once before and I have said without a doubt it is not the greatest game whatsoever. So the reason I think that is, one, the graphics, the gameplay, and in comparison to Underground 2, you can't change character. See, what I liked about Underground 2 is you could change characters. It was so fun. It was a lot, like, very comical. Whereas Wasteland is crap. That is the nicest way I could possibly put it. It's one of them that, like, you kind of have to see for yourself. You know, you kind of have to give the game a go to see how you feel about it. But me personally, I just don't like it. I feel like they've ruined the Tony Hawk's franchise, especially with Underground and Underground 2. See, I liked Underground. Like, that's a very nostalgic game for me. And then Underground 2 introducing all the Tony Hawk's Pro Skaters into it, which I really, really love. But Wasteland just ruined it. But that is my personal thoughts on what I think about the game, really.
Is Tony Hawk American Wasteland good? Or actually, is Tony Hawk Underground 2 a little bit better? Does it have that edge? And apparently, yes, number 2, Underground actually does have that little bit more edge, a little bit more grit, a little bit more fun involved with it. So maybe they were just thinking too much about the skating here on Tony Hawk and maybe less of the really fun kind of like nature of getting off your board, doing some really interesting stuff and exploring the environment. Maybe this kind of like toned it back down into just like solely skating mini games, and that was it. But of course you have the implementation of bikes now and stuff. So I don't know, enlighten me, guys. That is what I love about this channel. I love getting lots of different information from you guys in the comments. So yeah, absolutely go for it. But again, just coming off the front box art here, the back, it does just look like a classic Tony Hawk game that you're going to really enjoy playing with your friends and family, I don't know, on a weekend with a pizza or something like that. So yeah, you can't really go wrong. It's Activision as well. They make great games. So yeah, absolutely. Well, that is kind of my understanding of the gameplay. But yeah, here we go. Let's go and set up in the Artsy Gamer Art Studio now, just so we can provide a little bit more better lighting over the manual here. Because yeah, we have got a nice manual, but unfortunately I do have to say Underground 2 tops it. So yeah, we'll discuss that when we get there. Okay, so here we are in the Artsy Gamer Art Studio, just so there is a little bit more better lighting over this, just so we can see the lovely art and graphic design a little bit more clearly. So here we go. Here is the front there. You've already heard my thoughts and feelings on the front box art here. I think it is really nice. Not as eye-catching as Tony Hawk Underground 2, but it still does the job. And of course, this one also comes with net play as well. So I'm assuming you could, yeah, go away and play online if you had your PlayStation 2 connected up correctly. So nice. Here we go then. And we have the spine here, Tony Hawk American Wasteland, again in that boring font. And then, yeah, here we go, just flipping over to the back then. And yeah, I just think this absolutely rocks. It really does. It just has that next level of excitement, I think. And again, let's just bring Tony Hawk's Underground 2 here. Yes, it's nice. And I do love the big picture here. That is nice. And that's kind of what sways me a little bit. I'm like, oh, I really do like that. But I don't know. I think it is just the lovely, bright, hot pink that is used in American Wasteland here that just tops the back for me. But yeah, it really is swings and roundabouts. Okay, then moving on, and then yeah, here is the disc. Now, disc is nice, disc is fantastic, and I do think it has the upper hand on Underground 2. Really nice, and of course, I have just explained my feelings there. But yeah, here we go. The manual, and gosh, guys, yeah, this isn't a great manual. This really isn't a great manual in terms of pictures to look at. Color, yeah, it is dead, guys. It is dead. But here we are. We're going to take a look at it anyway, and maybe I can just show a little bit of a comparison between Tony Hawk Underground 2. Of course, we do have send away slips and stuff like that, so I will just show those a bit later. But here we go then. We have the front, and actually, you know what? I think the manual here is just quite sad, if I'm honest with you. It's weird because actually the front box art, there does look like there is more going for it, mainly because we've got all the lovely kind of like advertisements at the bottom here. I just think it is in a more of a compact form, and that's unusual because normally I'm like, oh my god, guys, I wish the PlayStation 2 logo was just that little bit slimmer to, I don't know, just make the art and graphic design shine through a little bit more. But coming in here, like, damn, I don't know. This actually looks a little bit lost now, a little bit I don't even know what I'm trying to say now. I was about to say a little bit deserty. We'll go with deserty, guys. Everything just looks a little bit lost. Tony Hawk is stuck in a desert. Yeah, it kind of loses the edge. I don't know what it is about the manual, but yeah, there we go. I'm going to stop talking now, and we're going to start to flick through this. So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I did have a very quick flick through this before I came to the camera here, and I do like the backdrop that it is resting on. Really nice, lovely kind of like scratches and spots of paint here, there, and everywhere. Really nice, but that is pretty much it. That is all is going for this manual, just the grey backdrop, and everything else is just text. And I have to say, there are no screenshots in this either. Not even anything regarding the user interface, which I do think is a bit strange. It is just text after text after text, bullet point after bullet point, section after section. But it's strange how they haven't gone down and put any, lovely screenshots in. That is what a manual is all about, though, isn't it? You're playing the game. You may be stuck. You need to just kind of try and identify where you are in the game. So a screenshot is a necessity. It's a necessity. So I just don't know why they decided to downgrade their manual moving into American Wasteland. I mean, yeah, Tony Hawk Underground 2 that manual wasn't anything special, but at least they had screenshots. At least there were some really lovely images of the UI and, to really guide that gamer. But unfortunately, nothing in this manual. It is really sad to see, actually. And it does feel like the quality of the manual as well has really gone down. I was only saying yesterday that the manual in 2 was really high quality, really, really thick. But the pages do seem to be a little bit lighter, a little bit looser here. And then, yeah, there we go. We are at the back already. How sad. But of course, Activision, they are trying to promote their Call of Duty 2 for this one now. Yeah, really nice advertisement there. That's pretty hardcore. I do like that. But, I mean, let's just have a look at Underground 2. So I know I did actually just take the manual out. Now, look how thick that is, guys. Actually, let's just... Yeah, I mean, come on. Come on. Look at that, guys. Yeah. Wow. Underground definitely had a lot more going for it. And yes, it is sad that it is in black and white. But there were some nice, user interface screenshots and some lovely kind of... I mean, I even enjoyed looking at that yesterday. We even took a screenshot of that. Like, that's really cool. There was some stuff towards the start as well. Yeah, like this got me. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that from when I would start the game up. You would flick the kind of wheel that you would see in Fairgrounds. Like Tony Hawk just giving it a grind at the top there. Like, at least there is something going for it. Like, yeah, but what a shame. And in fact, because, guys, there was no screenshots, let's just take a little bit of a closer look at these. Now, we didn't actually get a chance to do that yesterday, so I will just zoom in a little bit and you can just get a bit more of an understanding of, what these screenshots are all about. Because, yeah, they're there. They're there, so let's celebrate them. Why not? And then, of course, yeah, we've got this guy here as well, spinning that wheel. It's just nice. It is just really nice to look at, isn't it? And it is a real shame that American Wasteland didn't bother. Yeah, so how interesting. And there are a few more. Yeah, let's have a look at this one as well. I'll just hold them nice and steady. I wouldn't say they are necessarily worthy of a screenshot to maybe go away and help inspire art pieces. They are just a little bit busy, and of course they're black and white, so it's very hard to depict where hands are and where fingers are and where lighting should be. But, they are there, so let's just celebrate them. I'll just hold them nice and steady there just so you can get an understanding of, like, what the hell was, going down back in the day, 2004. You would get your game and you've got a really lovely manual to look through. And then, yeah, absolutely got some really cool screenshots to look at as well. So, yeah, definitely Underground 2 had it right. They had it better with the manual. So I don't know why they decided to downgrade, if I'm honest with you. But, just simple things like that. Go and create your character. You might need that little bit more guidance and where you are in the game and where you need to be in the game to get that character creation up. But yeah. It's real sad time to see, these manuals kind of slowly start to deteriorate from lovely full color with loads of pictures to then black and white to just a few pictures to just black and white to, just text. How deadly dull. But, yeah, there we go. Just a few more just to look at in here. But yeah, how interesting, guys. I think that's pretty much it. But yeah, there we go, guys. There we go. We will, of course, give this the sniff test, though. So we'll wrap up in the main studio and we'll find out what the hell is Tony Hawk's American Wasteland smelling like in the year 2026? Well then, guys, that deserves a sip of coffee. Come on, join me. Nearly finished my coffee now. Beautiful. And before we begin the sniff test, I did just say I would show you the send away slips there. So yeah. Oh, actually, that's pretty cool. I didn't realise that was on the back of that. Just advertising some skateboards there. That's pretty cool. Oh, damn. That's pretty cool there. And then, yeah, a little Activision send away slip. And it just gives the organisation, Activision, this example, just some feedback about the game, where they bought the game, was the product good, was it in good condition when they bought it. It just provides them a little bit of feedback, which is great. I mean, of course, nowadays you just do it online, don't you? But back in the day, you would go away and send one of these off. And You know what, guys? Yeah, absolutely. If you can get this complete, like that is the full works, and that is a complete unbox in my eyes. You know, advertisement slips, send away slips as well, keep them all together, because yeah, that is what you would have got back in the day. But of course, guys, yes, here we go, the 4D experience here on the Artsy Gamer. What the hell is this box art smelling like in the year 2026? So 4 sniffs normally do the trick. We'll do 2 inside, 2 outside. We'll start with the inside first. Let's go then, guys. Okay, you know what? This is really weird. This is really weird, but it smells fruity. It has a strong smell of fruit. I can't quite identify the exact fruit, but it's fruity. But I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that. I would rather a fruity smell and I don't know. Well. Anyway, guys, that is it for me today. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and of course, I'll catch you in tomorrow's one as well. That is me, the Artsy Gamer, over and out.